You come say hi. Hi guys. Say hi friends. Hi friends. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My hair is crazy today. This is my I got up with 10 minutes to spare before I had to go to work hair. So if you want to see a tutorial on 10-minute hair, it wasn't even 10 minutes, it was like 10 minutes for hair, makeup, getting dressed, feeding the dogs, all of that. So it's a miracle hair look. So this video comes on the day that I posted the advice for new YouTubers video. If you haven't seen that video, I'll leave it linked down below in the description box. It was basically just me in the kitchen. I was actually cooking dinner and I had this moment where I decided that I was gonna post my first YouTube video on Facebook. And it scared the living hell out of me to post that video on Facebook, because Facebook for some reason was my milestone. Like, I was always really afraid to post on Facebook, and I think it's because I have all of my high school friends on there, I have my family on there, I have work friends on there, I have people that I see every day on that, and it was scary for me to actually post a video on there and have people see it and have things to say about it. So I posted my video on Facebook and received a lot of support. I got a better response than I thought I would, and I don't know why I thought that I would get a negative response. So at the time that I posted the Facebook video, I had also been going through all of my mom's photos, because I want to go through all of her photos so that I can make copies of all the photos of me as a kid and all of our family photos and all that stuff and put them in books of my own so that I have them for myself and for my kids one day. So I was going through all of these photos and looked at pictures of myself as a kid. Seeing these photos of myself had really almost sparked something in me where I thought, man, like, remember when you were like that? Remember when that was you? And one of those pictures in particular I actually went to go get. So this is me at my birthday party. I have no idea what birthday party, but that is me. And I basically have all of my friends sitting around this table. And you see my face. You can tell that I'm sitting in this picture on this table and I'm saying to everybody, okay guys, this is what we're gonna do, this is how we're gonna play. And like, I was totally that kid. Like, I knew what I wanted, I would get what I want, not in a spoiled brat kind of way, but in a I was very strong-willed kind of way. I had tons of friends, tons and tons of friends. I was friends with everybody in the class. I had so much fun with everyone. You couldn't tell me no. As a kid, I would push for what I wanted, and you couldn't say, no, you can't do that. Like, if I wanted to go out and follow a dream that I had, I would go do it, because that's who I was. You couldn't stop me. You couldn't tell me no. I was like that for a lot of my childhood, and I remember being that way. I remember not being afraid of what I might look like, or what I might sound like, or what people might say. I wasn't that kid who would care. I would be loud and I'd be noisy and I would be out there and very big with my words, and I would make it so that people would see me. I remember that about myself, and I just am not that person anymore. And it made me think about why I'm not that person anymore. In this photo, I was this person for a really long time. I had so much fun, I was loving, I was happy, I was friendly, I was everything. And then I got to junior high school, which is where I think most of the bullying and all that kind of stuff starts happening. And I was still this person in the beginning of junior high school. I wanted to be friends with everybody, but at this point I lived in a very small town. So there was about, I don't know, like 5 or so elementary schools, and then there was only 2 or 3, I think there might have been 2. There was only 2 junior high schools. So all of the different kids from all of the different elementary schools would come together in this junior high school. So all of these friends and stuff that I had in elementary school were now making friends with other people, and I was making friends with new people, but I was also making enemies with new people. I was friends with a lot of guys when I was younger. I found that it was always easier for me to be friends with boys for some reason. I would just always get along better with them, and there wasn't lots of drama and all this kind of stuff that I just wasn't really interested in. And so I was friends with a lot of guys. That really affected how I was seen by other people, and especially girls. I remember in particular I was friends with this one boy, and we didn't like each other or anything. It was just that we were friends, we were really close, we had fun. And he had a sister. His sister did not like me. And I don't know if it's because I was hanging out with her brother, or I don't know what it was, but she did not like me. Whenever they would see me in the hallway, I would be name called. Wow, thinking about this right now really opens that door. This is something that I've never really thought was an issue until this point, and I'm gonna get into that later, but I'm kind of just now thinking about all of it. I remember one time in particular, I had his sweater on because I don't know, there was something stupid that was going on, and I had his sweater on for some reason, and we were walking down the hallway, and I remember running into his sister and a particular group of girls that was with his sister. I remember in particular they said, be careful about wearing that again, now you're gonna have to burn it because you're gonna get AIDS. And that was hard. Like, I was always so innocent. I never did anything with these boys. I was never that girl. And I remember just being so upset because I couldn't talk to these people to tell them, no, I'm not. Like, I'm not that person. And it was so hard for me to just have to deal with it because that's what these people were saying about me. It was hard to hear things like that all the time, and I got to a point where I didn't want to be this rambunctious, open person anymore. I didn't want to put myself out there anymore. I didn't want to put myself in harm's way where there was a possibility of somebody name calling or saying mean things or anything like that. Like, I just didn't want to put myself in that situation, so I took myself completely out of that situation. I remember every single day I would be so terrified to go to school. I would have such bad anxiety thinking about it every day. Like, what are they gonna say today? What am I gonna do when they say these things? Like, are they gonna beat me up today? Like, all of these things, and I would just be so terrified to even go to school every day. I remember trying to think about what I was gonna do. I didn't ever go tell anybody. I was actually just telling my mom about this and how I was gonna make it into a video. And she was saying, you never told me these things as a kid. Like, I don't ever remember you coming up to me and saying these things, and that's because I didn't. I kind of just took care of it by myself, and I just closed myself off. I remember thinking in particular that I didn't know what I was gonna do about these girls. And so basically what I did is I just shut down. I made it so that I didn't stand out, so that I was quiet and people didn't notice me. And if people didn't notice me, then people couldn't name call and people couldn't be mean. This lasted the rest of my life. Like, today, even till I'm working on it a little bit now that I've started YouTube. To this day, when I go anywhere with anyone out in public, it's basically like I have blinders. Like, I can't see anybody in my peripheral vision. We'll be walking down the street and she'll say, oh my goodness, did you see the way that girl looked at you? And I'm always like, no, because I purposely do not look at anybody because I know that that's what people are like. And that's what happened when I was a kid. I would make sure that I would put my blinders on walking down the hallway so I couldn't see those people that were name calling, and I couldn't see those people that were pointing at me. It was really unhealthy to completely shut myself down like that. I remember being friends with somebody in elementary school, and we were really good friends. We used to have sleepovers all the time, and she had a friend who was friends with her longer than I was. I was kind of just like a next door neighbor type things. And I remember her friend hated me, absolutely despised me. And now it kind of makes sense because I stole her friend. Like, I stole her best friend. I get it that she was probably jealous and probably hurt that I stole her, even though we hung out together. But when I got to junior high school, it was a time where we all came together. I had come to school with the friend. The one that I was friends with actually didn't go to that school, so we kind of lost touch and we weren't really friends anymore, but her friend was at that school. And I remember walking down the hallways and having her right in front of me walking towards me and thinking, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, what's gonna happen? What is she gonna do? Oh my goodness, what's gonna happen? And walking in front of her and her just like lunging at me or something like that. And it just like made my heart drop whenever this would happen because I didn't do anything. I never warranted it, you know? And I'm so mad at myself that I let those people and those things get to me because it basically put out my fire. I used to be this kid. I used to be this kid who would do what she wanted regardless of what people thought. And I used to be this kid who would follow my dreams and want to do what I wanted to do because I wanted to do it. I'm so mad that I lost that about myself, that part of me was the part that I lost. That's really hard to think about. I remember when I was in elementary school, I wore a blanket as a skirt one day to school. And saying that now, it's like, oh my goodness, why did I do that? But that's who I was. I was never afraid to do what I wanted to do. I wore a freaking blanket to school as a skirt. Like, yeah, I don't know how jumpy this video is gonna be because it just brings up so many memories that I'm just now starting to go through, and I'm just now starting to sift through all of these memories and think about why I am the way I am now. Junior high, I basically shut myself down. I put a wall up. I made it so that nobody could say things to me. I never really put myself out there enough so that I could be bullied. And I remember junior high being really hard. I remember it being really hard until I hit grade 9 pretty much, because our school went from grade 1 to 6 and then 7 to 9, and then we went to a different school for 10 to 12. I remember just like grade 7 being the hardest year of my life. That's the year where everything changed. I closed myself off. I started dressing so that I wasn't out in the open, so people couldn't make fun of me. And it was difficult. It was really hard to have to live with that every single day. And I didn't ever talk to anybody about it because I thought that it was a normal thing. Like, even up until this day, I would go and watch YouTube videos or any other people's videos about bullying and think like, that happens to everybody, it's normal, why are you talking about it, blah blah blah, you know? It shouldn't just be considered normal. It shouldn't just be an everyday occurrence. You shouldn't just have to put up with it because it happens to everybody. And I'm sorry if you're going through that, because you shouldn't have to be. So I was basically like this through all of junior high. I completely shut down, closed myself off. I did have a really great group of friends, but I also had Kirby with me because I met Kirby in grade 6, so she was always there for me. She was always like my best friend, but I never really talked to her about this either because I felt like I needed to uphold an image of some sort and not act like the person who was getting bullied. And I don't think I've ever actually even talked to her about this. I don't think I've talked to anybody about this because I didn't think it was a big problem. I thought it was just something that you dealt with and got over and moved on, but it's honestly not. So then I got to high school. I was kind of more involved in drama, so I was meeting people there. High school was a great experience for me because it let me open up just a little bit out of my shell. I got to do a couple of drama productions, which was honestly the best part of my high school experience, was drama and choir. In those places, I honestly felt safe. I felt like I didn't have to worry about people name calling and all of that kind of stuff. It was kind of like my outlet to go and be able to be that little girl again. I was able to be on stage and sing and perform and do these things that my younger self would have wanted me to do. So I'm so thankful that I did get to go and do that. I did that for basically my whole high school career. I still kind of kept in the background. I met a great group of friends that I'm friends with to this day who have helped me through more than I can even imagine, and I'm so thankful for them. But I was still not who I was in elementary school. I still held back a lot. There was a lot of drama that was going on in my friend group, and I would always kind of just like not pay attention to it. I didn't want it to be in my life. I didn't want to be around it because it reminded me of junior high and how terrible of a time that was for me. And then I ended up dating somebody in the high school production, and it ended up really bad. It kind of started rolling again. The person that I was with was was really popular. All these people that were friends with this person all of a sudden didn't like me because I wasn't with him anymore. So of course I was going to be outcast. Of course I was going to be name called, and I just dealt with it then too because that's what I'm used to. It happens. Whatever. Just let it roll off your shoulders. Put those blinders up. Don't pay attention to them pointing at you in the hallways and calling you a slut and all these kinds of things, because that's what I did. So then after that, I met another boy and fell head over heels for this person. I was so madly in love, and I changed. I changed a lot for this person. I stopped wearing makeup. I stopped dressing the way I used to dress. I stopped doing my hair, just things like that. Like I really shut down again for this person, because that's kind of what I thought that they wanted, was for me to do this. Like even now I look at pictures of myself back during those days and I'm like, holy man, Rayanne, what did you do? Like, you should have done your hair once in a while. And I just remember not being myself and being completely shut off, and I had people asking me what was wrong all the time, and my mom's friends were coming up to her saying, oh my goodness, like, where did she go? What happened to her? That's not the Rayanne I know. Because I was still very much my younger self around people that I knew wouldn't judge me. I still tried to be that person a little bit, but as soon as I got to school, that wall went up again. It was never okay to act outwards and be who I wanted to be. I really changed for this person, and it kind of took over my life. Like I was really unhappy. We were fighting all the time. It was a really unhealthy situation, and I completely closed down again. I put that wall up. Of course it ended, and I did very much love this person. I think it was real. It was definitely real. It was just not good. It was just unhealthy for both of us, and we both knew it. And that's kind of why things ended the way that they did. I, at this point, was just looking into colleges, deciding where I wanted to go in life and all of these things. And a little bit of that got swayed by that relationship, which I'm grateful for, because I mean, it led me to where I am today. So I wouldn't change it for the world. Then I went to college. So I got to move away. I got to go to Vancouver and live on my own. Well, not my own, with my beautiful roommates, who I still love to this day. And I can't wait to have in the vlog. Love you, Liz. And it changed my life. I found another best friend. Kirby had been my rock during all of high school and all of my life. And then as soon as I got to Vancouver, it was like Kirby came with me. Like, it was just awesome to have met this beautiful person who I could talk to and have fun with and kind of remember who I was a little bit. But of course, I basically went to Vancouver thinking that I was going to change. I was going to be this person that I wanted to be. I was going to be this designer. And I was all excited about it because I had finally felt like I was getting to a point where I could show these people who I could be. I think that that was the wrong mindset. It was always the wrong mindset. I got there and I was this clean, tidy person. I would wear these clothes that I hadn't been able to wear in years, and like I think I was making up for that time that I had kind of shut myself down during that relationship that I was in. I think I kind of went there for the wrong reasons. I think I chose what I wanted to do for the wrong reasons, mostly because I wanted to show people that I wasn't that weird girl that people were making fun of, and I could do these things. I would never change it for the world. It was the best experience of my life. If you have never moved away, or you're thinking about going somewhere for school and you just don't want to leave your family, go. Just go, experience life, experience all that, and that'll be in a separate video sometime down the road. But then I met Alex and we moved back to Edmonton, back to my hometown, and basically just started working and living. I kind of started to decide that I wanted more. I wanted more than just going to work every day, doing a 9-to-5 job. You know, there has to be more than that. So I started posting YouTube videos. I always thought about doing it. It was always going to be a later thing, you know, like when I get pregnant, I will do pregnancy vlogs. And then I thought, why am I waiting to do these videos? Why am I letting these insecurities and these fears of people making fun of me and people not liking it, why am I letting that stop me from trying? So I filmed my first video, and I didn't tell anybody that I was gonna film it. I didn't tell anybody that I was gonna do it, and I edited it, and then I didn't post it. And I did that with a few videos, actually. I have probably 3 or 4 videos that I have not posted. And then I said to myself, enough, just post it. It doesn't matter what it looks like. It doesn't matter how bad you think it is or what you think people are gonna say about it. Post it. Because as I keep posting, I know that I continuously get better every single time I post. So I might as well just work at it and make it better each and every single time. So I did. I posted that first video, and then I posted another video, and then another one, and another one. And a couple videos later, I did get a comment saying, oh my god, this was the most boring video I've ever seen in my life. Why do they let anybody who has a camera post videos? Like, oh, that shouldn't be allowed. And I was so hurt by this comment. It crushed me. And I told myself in the beginning of this, you are going to get hate comments, because that's just, it's life. You're like, people online think that they're invincible and they can just hate you or for whatever, but they don't exist because they're behind a keyboard. They're never gonna come say that to you in front of your face. I told myself this all the time. Like, I know it's gonna come, I know it's gonna happen. You haven't made it on YouTube until you get your first hate comment. And I didn't want to let it hurt me that bad, but it really did. It really got to me. And I thought, oh my goodness, how am I gonna make these videos better? How am I gonna, and it just like started, like the anxiety started to build up again, and it made me think about those days in junior high when I felt like that. And I was like, oh, and it made so much sense. I was like, oh my goodness, that is why. Oh my goodness. And I started looking at photos, going through my photo albums and seeing how I was as a little kid and being so mad that I had let myself go. Even to this day, I have people say, remember when you were a kid and you used to never let people say no to you? Something I said often as a kid was, don't tell me that, don't tell me that. That was always what I used to say. I'm so mad at myself that I let that person go. I've only realized now, by posting these videos, that I'm slowly starting to take her back to fulfill what younger me would have wanted to do. And that is this. I have found a new life on YouTube, honestly. And it's weird, I know, and you're probably thinking you have like 12 videos, like shut up, you don't know what you're saying. But honestly, like I feel like that kid again. I feel like I can say something and it's not gonna matter what people think about it, and I shouldn't care what people think about it. And it's possible again for me to dream these dreams and follow them and follow through with them and not care, not have so much anxiety about, oh my god, what are they gonna think? Oh my god, what are they gonna say? And I just, like, I feel like I found myself again. And honestly, posting these videos has changed my outlook. It has changed my life for the better, and I'm so thankful that I did this. I'm so thankful that I took that first step, because it's made me think about my life in a different way. I feel like I have this voice now. Like, this camera is talking to you. If you have been affected by bullying in your life, like I have, and you've just kind of lived with it your whole life and not really thought that it was big enough of a deal to say anything, or just, you know, everybody, this happens to everybody, so I've just dealt with it my whole life. If you're on the other end of this video watching and this video has resonated with you at all, then I've done my job. Like, this is exactly why I was meant to do this. This is exactly why I started doing this. And I've learned so much from it already, and I've opened up my shell, and I'm so excited to keep going. And even now, thinking about it, I was like, oh my goodness, I'm not gonna have anything to post because I can't do beauty videos because I have no idea how to do makeup. I can't do hair videos because I'm not an expert in hair. I felt like I had no right to give anybody advice because I don't know anything. What am I gonna tell people? I have no idea even how to adult myself. Like, how am I gonna do that? And I am not going to let anything hold me back anymore. I am going to post makeup videos if I wanna post them. I'm gonna post hair videos if I wanna post them. I am going to post videos that come to me as they come, and I'm not going to let my fears and my insecurities from the old me stop me from doing what I wanna do. Because this little girl in this photo, that little girl wouldn't want me to not do the things that I wanted to do because I was afraid. And I want nothing more than to bring that person back, to be outspoken and post things and say things that might make people say mean things. But I want to do that because that's who I was, and that's always who I was meant to be. And I'm so thankful that posting these videos has taught me that. If I can help just one other person think about times in their life where things like that happened and they just pushed it aside and pushed it so deep down inside that it changed you as an adult, if I can help you work past that, then I am happy with posting this video, getting one person saying it helped me, and 500 other hate comments. Billy, you are hard to hold like that. You are hard to hold. I am so grateful for every one of you that comments and tells me that I helped you. I'm so grateful to hear that anything that's coming out of my mouth is helping anybody else, because honestly, before doing this, I would never have sat down and told somebody about my story. And I would never have opened up like this and told anybody, because I always pushed it down and it was never an issue and I just kind of dealt with it. I'm so thankful that I had this opportunity to talk about it, because it's made me process it and think about it and change something in my life because of it. And I hope that something that I've said today has resonated with you, and I hope that I have helped you in some way, shape, or form. And if I have, comment below. Tell me your story, because any kind of help is good help. And I want to say thank you for following my channel and for giving me the opportunity to talk to you about this topic. And I want to thank you so much for giving me this opportunity. And I just am so grateful for every single one of you. So I'm going to be more like this girl. Don't lose the kid in you. Be outspoken. Do what you want to do. Follow your dreams. Don't let anybody tell you that your dreams are not real, that you can't follow your dreams, that you can't do something that you want to do. Don't let them tell you that. You can do anything. Honestly, like, I'm grateful for my life. I have no regrets in my life, because it got me to where I am today, and to now doing YouTube and being able to share these experiences with other people. And for that, I'm grateful. Thank you so much for watching my video. Thank you so much for subscribing to my channel if you are already. If you aren't, please subscribe.